Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about something a little bit lighthearted because my last video was pretty heavy content, and also I wanted to talk about something silly because today truly I was tested yet another time, and even though I have my usual smiley and positive demeanor, I just need to be knocked out for a couple of days, I think. The rage is there. But anyway, I was on my timeline. Am I ever anywhere else? Yikes. Anyway, I was on my timeline trying to see what was new in the world, and I found that someone was referencing this article that was an interview with Millie Bobby Brown, right? And it was super frustrating because they referenced the article being like, I can't believe she said this and that. And I'm like, what did she say? What happened? What's the tea? So I went to find the article, and it's silly. This is not Millie Bobby Brown slander. Honestly, I liked her in Stranger Things. Never watched her in anything else? Question mark. That being said, some of this shit, we'll get into it. Okay, so I saw this tweet by Pop Crave that says, Millie Bobby Brown says she doesn't watch movies. I don't watch movies. People come up to me and say, you should definitely watch this movie. It would change your life. And I'm like, how long do I have to sit there for? Because my brain and I don't even like sitting for my own movies. Now, before I even say anything, I saw a comment that was an absolute fucking murder. This comment, I sent it to some friends because, wow. Someone said, I mean, her acting is bad, so I get it. I saw this quote and I was like, good God, what have we gotten ourselves into? Because an actress who says that she doesn't enjoy movies and she doesn't enjoy her own movies, we're gonna look for nuance, we're gonna look for all the gray, but upon impact, automatically, you know people are gonna be like, girl, what? Like, this is your craft. What do you mean you don't watch other people working on their craft in front of a camera and creating movies? Like, how does that really work? It would be like me being an English major and enjoying my own writing but not enjoying reading. It's like the missing component. Let's just look at what's being said here before someone starts screaming, probably me.
Brown just admitted that she doesn't really watch movies.
Okay, so the reason that people are even talking about Millie Bobby Brown is because the movie Damsel has come out, where people have either been blown away by her performance or thought it was utter shit. I have not seen any middle ground review, opinion, whatever. To be fair, I didn't do a comprehensive search, but right off the bat, everything that was coming up was like, groundbreaking, life-changing, the end Game of Thrones should have had, and then it's just like, this is terrible, here are 5 movies you can watch instead. Make of that what you will, but that's why people were talking about Millie Bobby Brown in the first place. She said the quote I read you from Pop Crave that she doesn't watch movies, blah, blah, blah. Then she says, when it comes to her fiance, Jake Bon Jovi 21, the son of John Bon Jovi, the actor insists that it's a completely different story. My fiance is the biggest movie buff, she said. He just sits and watches movies all day, and I cannot do that. That is the one thing I can't sit down and do. But I really love Lara Croft and Tomb Raider. Who doesn't? Stunning. I love Mad Max. So I feel like I'm always channeling that inner badass. Is she just saying she likes certain movies and not other movies? Because I'm pretty sure that's a universal experience, girly. Like, you know, like, maybe you're just really selective about the movies you enjoy, and maybe you don't like sitting down for long periods of time, which some people are already calling, you know, the effects of TikTok, which I'm not going to get into. But it doesn't sound like you don't like movies. It sounds like you're particular. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't get it. Someone please enlighten me in the comments, by all means. The British actor admits that she often finds herself multitasking while watching a film, adding, I just have to be doing something. So I either eat too much because I'm just bored, or I have to be doing something, baking, grooming a dog, or on my computer. I also don't think this is weird. I think this is pretty common, especially with smartphones. I hate to be that boomer, but with smartphones, I do feel like, at least for me, unless I'm super into a movie and obviously at home, I will answer some messages, I will put my phone down, but I will also, you know, check whatever social media. So I don't think that's strange, and I think with the limited amount of time a lot of us have between school, work, whatever else, it's normal to be doing something while you're watching something. So I don't think any of this is particularly bad or reprehensible or even strange. Like, all of this to me sounds regular. Am I wrong? If I'm not doing something, I can't just sit there and look at the screen for that long. Okay, so one quick thing I wanted to add. Now, obviously, I am not sure how this pertains to Hollywood, as I have no experience being a celebrity of Millie Bobby Brown's fame. That being said, I do think there is something to say about hustle culture / grind culture. Don't want to get too deep into it, but there definitely is this thing that I think a lot of us have experienced where there's this kind of narrative that you always have to be doing something in order to further your career, further your goals, blah, blah, blah. Now, clearly there is a healthy line between being determined and doing what you got to do to get to where you want to get, but there also has to be downtime or else you experience burnout and a lot of things that I'm sure a lot of us have experienced. I know I myself have. So I also wonder how much of this is part of that. You know, like you can't just sit and watch a movie without feeling guilty of, oh, I could be doing this, I could be doing that, I could be cleaning the house, I could be working in advance, blah, blah, blah. So I will also say that part of not sitting to watch a movie is not just like boomers and TikTok and all of that stuff. I do think a lot of it is part of this societally ingrained thing that we can't chill and we always have to be doing something quote unquote productive. Now, I will say this, I by no means am a film person in any way. I haven't done film studies. I wouldn't call myself a film buff, none of that. I enjoy movies just like the average person. That being said, I also feel like there are different ways to enjoy things and I don't expect every single actor in Hollywood to be obsessed with film, videography, all of that. And I think the way you translate that is also complicated. So I do think that an actor who doesn't like watching movies is weird because it's like, no movies? Because like you did say you liked Lara Croft and Mad Max, but I also feel like everyone channels that shit differently. So honestly, I can't really judge on that because plenty of people think I'm not enthusiastic about like anything I do. And that's just how I am, but I'm enthusiastic around people I trust with that enthusiasm. Does that make sense? Like I'm not going to be bursting out with all my interests to any random person who's not fucking interested in my interests. Like that's my business. But obviously when you have millions of followers and you tell them that you don't watch movies and you're an actor, clearly that is an issue. It's not to say the movie isn't epic and cinematic and brilliant or that there aren't any amazing performances. I love some of these actors, although she struggles to get through a film. That certainly wasn't the case with Greta Gerwig's Barbie. So again, you enjoy movies, just the movies you enjoy. She said, yes, I Barbied. How could you not? Like, honestly, that would be the last straw. No Instagram, no TikTok, no Barbie. Who are you? Barbie's what the world needs, you know, just like a big hug of pink and happy women. Just that made me so happy. So to be entirely honest, I really don't see what the big deal is. I do think the part of just saying that she doesn't like movies to a degree is misrepresentative because it's like she does, and to be fair, she does contradict herself because she says she doesn't really like movies and she doesn't like sitting there for that amount of time, but she does enjoy movies and I think she just multitasks while she does movies, which I think most people do. I don't know that many people who sit down for 2 hours straight and watch a movie without any distraction, checking their phone, whatever. I mean, good for you if you do, but I don't think that is like the common experience in this day and age. I do think this was a trap though. I don't know in what context she said it. I think there may be videos, so I'm gonna check that out. I do want to see in what context it was because she's getting absolutely fucking destroyed on Twitter. People are saying she's a bad actress and all these other things, which, you know, may be valid, but I don't really think it's necessary in this context. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. I just think it's kind of funny, and honestly, Millie Bobby Brown, as far as I'm concerned, I've never been a stan or a hater. My opinions, like I said, pretty much stopped at Stranger Things, so there wasn't this big... I thought she was great as 11, but I'm kind of wondering if she's already setting up to be one of the next hated actresses. You know how there's some of those actresses that just never get past being disliked no matter what? Like, I don't know, Brie Larson. To be fair, Brie Larson, it's more complicated, it's more political, but I feel like the majority of the public, at least that I've noticed, does not like Brie Larson, myself included, just not... Personality types do not mesh, let me just say. So I'm wondering if she is being set up in that kind of way, not via necessarily what she's saying, but how she's being represented. Because if I hadn't read the article, just reading that quote, I would have been like, what do you mean? You're an actor who doesn't enjoy movies? Like, how does that work? That's what you're making. You don't enjoy what you're making. You know, there are a lot of conclusions that can be drawn. Regardless, let me not just talk for 5 million years. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is this silly? Is this clickbait? Is this rage bait? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.